Hey, what's up everybody? It's Amaya. So today's video is going to be kind of a spur of the moment video. I wasn't planning on doing this video until I went to the store and I bought this. And this is one of the L'Oreal Infallible Pro Matte Glosses. I've been wanting to try these for a long time, but just never picked one up. Like I have so many lip products, I don't really need one. But they had this on sale at a store I went to, and it was only $3, and I had a $1 off coupon. What? I know, I'm like an old lady. This is in the shade Tantalizing Tangerine. I got it for only $2. I was so happy, and I saw this and I was like, this is like the perfect summer color. And then all I could think about was this one picture of Razy on Instagram. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful, beautiful Instagram makeup artist. She's a great artist, and she always wears a lip color similar to this. She actually has one with Lipland Cosmetics called Brooklyn. Looks very similar to this, and I was like, this is so perfect. Like, all I could imagine was her gold highlight and her gold eyes and her big spiky lashes, and I was like, I need to do a tutorial like that because I love that look. I never wear it because I'm a nude girl, but I love how that looks. And this is not just a tutorial. I decided to try to change it up and do it as an Instagram trends makeup tutorial, how to make them wearable for you. So I know a lot of times you see makeup artists on Instagram, makeup artists doing tutorials on Instagram, or just on YouTube, who have these very like crazy techniques, and they look so airbrushed and look so perfect, but it's kind of hard to think about actually doing that on yourself because it looks too much makeup. Maybe you've tried and it's looked cakey, it looked bad. So I'm going to showing you how to take those techniques that they do and get the same look but using less makeup. And they're doing it for photography. They're not doing it for real life. They're not walking out into the street and going somewhere with this makeup on, typically. Sometimes they do. But this is a more wearable version. You don't look cakey when you're wearing this. Thank you to Owen for being behind the camera for me because my stupid footage wouldn't be focused footage. But yeah, I guess we'll just get into the tutorial. I'll stop rambling. And yeah, I'll see you guys at the end of the video. Bye!
Hello again, my loves. So I'm going to be showing you how I prep my skin and how I can make it look its smoothest. I always start by cleansing with my Clarisonic, and I really love it. This is the Clarisonic Mia, and I use my e.l.f. Daily Face Cleanser. It smells so good, and I just really like how it makes my face feel. Any foaming gel cleanser will work though. Then I like to kind of remove some blackheads from my nose with these Biore charcoal strips. I'm not going to like demonstrate them in this video because I did already do one that morning, but they work fantastic and they make your nose so smooth. Then of course you can't forget to moisturize. I'm using this Equate moisturizer and I squeezed out way too much, it just fell out. And yeah, I'm just going to be moisturizing my face here. It's really, really important to moisturize your face because it's going to make you have a nice, flawless makeup application, which is what we want to be Instagram ready. And then for my eyes, it's really important to use an eye cream. I know a lot of times girls that are younger don't use eye creams, but it is really important and it'll prevent any sagginess and baggage there once you get older. So I always say to start, I'm using this one from Pure Lease, and then this other one, which is like a cocoa bean one, which is going to depuff my eyes. So one of them is just an eye cream, the other one is for depuffing. Now we're ready to start out with the makeup. So I'm going to be starting by priming, and I'm using an illuminating primer. This is the Magic Lumi primer from L'Oreal, and I really recommend using some sort of illuminating primer if you are drier or normal. It's going to make your foundation look way less cakey, and if you are using a more matte foundation, it's going to make it not so flat, if you know what I mean. Then I am going to be taking the Smashbox Photo Finish primer, and I'm just going to be placing this in my T-zone to really smooth out all of my pores. If you are oily, you could use this all over your face. So now it's time to move on to the eyes. And I'm going to start by doing my eyebrows, which are a very big trend here on Instagram. The way I like to fill mine in is by using a brow pomade first to fill in the tails, and then to go over them kind of with a powder. Now I know you see a lot of girls on Instagram really heavily drawing in their brows and having on fleek or perfect brows, but I like going for a more natural look to really be able to see the hair on my brows, and I really do like to use a spoolie to achieve this. If you brush through your brows, this will help distribute the product evenly and make them look much more natural. And I also sculpt them out just a little bit with concealer. This will help sharpen up the tails of your brows and hide any little hairs in case you haven't gotten them done in a while. And to blend out that concealer, I like to use any fluffy brush. I'm using a Sigma E40 here. So now I'm just going to be setting my brows. You can use any brow gel you want. I'm actually using hairspray because I find it works best on my brows, but some people don't like that crunchy feeling on your brows, so if you don't like that, don't use hairspray. Then I'm just going to prime my eyes, and I'm using concealer to do this. If you guys don't have a primer, you can definitely use concealer. I do like using a primer though. One tip I have is to bring your concealer down into your inner corners when you're priming your eyes, because I feel like it'll help hide any redness or dark circles if you have any, and it'll also make the eyes look much more wide and awake. And then I'm just going to set that with a little bit of powder. This is really going to help all your eyeshadows go on smoothly, and it'll also serve as a little bit of a brow bone highlight. Now to get that sharp edge that a lot of Instagram eye looks have, they have a nice sharp cat eye. I'm using tape. And then I'm going to start out by using Makeup Geek Peach Smoothie. If you want a really flawless airbrush eye look, you really want to start with a transition shade, and Peach Smoothie is perfect for that. It's a nice warm peach color, and I love it so much, and I'm using a big fluffy brush from Morphe to do that. Then I'm taking Panama Gold, and this is from Carity Beauty, and I'm taking a Morphe brush to blend this into the outer corner and slightly into the crease. This is just creating more dimension on our eye, and then I'm blending it out with that Morphe brush. Now I'm taking Muzzle from Carity Beauty, which is a nice neutral brown, and I'm taking an e.l.f. blending brush and blending that lower into the outer corner to give a lot of depth, and this will really create our cat eye effect that we're going for. Then I'm going into my Lorac Unzipped Gold palette. I'm taking that brown shade right there, and on a smaller Morphe brush, I'm just really packing this close to the tape and on the very lower edge of our eye, again, to just create more dimension, and then I'm blending everything out with that same Morphe brush. Going back in with my e.l.f. blending brush, just blending everything out. This look will require a lot of blending to make it look absolutely seamless, and I'm taking a clean brush here just to make sure we don't have any harsh edges at all, because harsh edges are not cute. Then I'm taking this gold shade from the Lorac palette, and I'm putting this as our base shade on our lid. It's a really, really pretty gold color. And then I'm going over that with some e.l.f. glitter primer. This is going to help your shadows stay, especially if you're using a glittery pigment shade or anything like that. And I am using Blaze. This is from the Kathleen Lights Quad, which is from ColourPop. Absolutely stunning. I love it so much. Blending that onto my eye, and then I'm also taking this shade right here, and this is from e.l.f. This is one of their long-lasting lustrous eyeshadows, and this is in the shade Toast. It's super glittery, super gorgeous, and I'm just blending in between the steps. Now to take off the tape, and look how sharp and flawless our line looks. Hallelujah! So then I'm going to be doing my eyeliner. I actually got it on camera this time. Be proud of me. I'm using this Essence Waterproof Eyeliner Pen, which I love. And then I'm just going with this Milani liquid liner to kind of fill it in. Now to sharpen up that wing and get that nice little flick, I'm just using some concealer as well. This is a good tip if you guys really need that sharp wing, or if you have a little bit of trouble with your winged eyeliner, which I frequently do. Now I'm just cleaning up any fallout with a clean makeup wipe. So now we're ready to start on our face. So one thing that I noticed is on Instagram, they tend to use a lot of full coverage, and if you want that full coverage flawless effect, then I do recommend using a fuller coverage foundation. The foundations I'm using are medium to full, and then I add a little bit of oil. This is going to help thin out your foundation if it's very thick. It'll help it go on way less cakey, and it'll also kind of give you a nice glow, again, so we don't look cakey and we don't look like we're wearing a mask, because you can have full coverage without looking like you're wearing a mask. It is possible, I swear. So then I'm just going over my lips a little bit to make sure I get all that upper lip so we don't look like we have a mustache, because that's not cute. And then I'm just spraying my face with a little bit of primer spray and blending some more because I feel like my foundation was looking a tiny bit cakey. So now, I noticed color correcting is a big thing on Instagram, but I don't feel like I need it. So I'm just going in with concealer, and I'm just going to use this nice light shade. This is like 2 shades lighter than my skin tone, I would say 1 or 2 shades. It's a nice yellow tint as well, and I am just going to blend that under my eyes to kind of conceal, also on my chin where I have some redness, and on any zits that I have because it's pretty close to my skin color. And then to brighten it up and give us that nice highlight, I'm using my Maybelline concealer from before. This is in a much lighter shade. It's almost white, and I use this sparingly, but I do use it to give me more of a highlight because that other concealer is much closer to my skin tone. So if you want a smaller forehead, you want to apply it lower on your forehead. If you want a bigger forehead, you want to apply the concealer higher on your forehead. So now I'm just going to be spraying my Real Technique sponge with a little bit of that primer spray just to dampen it a little bit more because it had been sitting out a little bit. And then I'm just going to use dabbing motions to blend all of my concealer in. To prevent creasing and keep your makeup really flawless, you want to make sure you blend out and in with your sponge. So now for some contouring. This is every girl on Instagram, apparently. That's what I thought at the time. I'm just going to be doing some cream contouring. This is really going to give you those chiseled cheeks if you want it. I don't think it's necessary, but it's a big trend on Instagram, so why not? I'm just going to be applying this all over my face, I look hot. Yeah, no I don't. But you know, we'll go with it. Then I'm just going to blend that in using the sponge, and you want to make sure that you dab, don't swipe, because you don't want to move that product around, and you also want to really work it in. You don't want any harsh lines, because that's not cute. So now that we got those chiseled cheekbones, let's work on some highlighting and setting our concealer. So I'm going to be taking these two shades from the NYX Highlight and Contour Kit. I noticed that the banana shade is very popular on Instagram, but I feel like mixing these two is better for my skin tone, and if you're fair, you might want to mix your banana with a little bit more of a white shade. It'll really kind of neutralize it, but still give you that brightening effect. I'm using a tapered brush to set under my eyes and also anywhere where I put the concealer to add a little bit of an extra highlight and even everything out so we don't look too bright under our eyes. Then I'm just going to be setting my contour using the Physicians Formula Bronzer. I know this isn't a contour, but because we already did do our contour, I'm kind of just using this to warm up the face and set it a little bit. So I'm just applying this all over, and I'm using a Luxie highlighter brush. Then I am taking this e.l.f. complexion brush and just blending everything out because I felt like the other brush gave me a little bit sharper of a contour than I wanted, and I'm just using this to kind of make everything look nice and flawless. Another Instagram trend, baking. Alright, so a lot of times you see people do it under your eyes. I say no. I say do it under your contour and in your smile lines if you need it. Under your eyes, I can feel like it can make it look kind of dry and cakey. I just don't like how it looks. It doesn't look great in real life. And there's two different ways you can do it, with a brush or with a sponge. I'm going to show you these two different ways, and I am using the brush first. This is a contour brush from e.l.f., and I'm just packing the powder underneath of my contour to help sharpen it up. And I'm also going to be packing it in my smile lines because I find if I don't do this, then my smile lines do crease a lot, and this will just kind of brighten everything up under there and create a nice contrast with our contour. That's hot. I also decided to add this on the side of my nose to sharpen up our nose contour. I don't always do this, but you can. So now I'm taking the sponge, and with the sponge, you're just gonna take the tip, dip it in the powder, and then press it on. Some people swipe it on, which you're gonna see me do in a second. I think swiping, pressing, it doesn't really matter. I prefer the brush. I feel like it's a little bit quicker, but if you like the sponge and you don't have the brush, then all you need is the sponge. So now we're going to let that set while we finish up our under eyes. So I'm just taking the light brown shadow that we used earlier, Panama Gold. I'm just taking that on a definer brush and defining my outer corners to kind of, again, give our eye shape a nice elongated cat eye effect. Nothing too dramatic though. And then I'm taking that darker shade and just kind of packing that in, making everything nice and defined. As you can see, I'm keeping this very much on the very outer corner, this darker shade. I don't want to bring it in too far. And I'm just blending that out using a pencil brush. As you can see, you don't want any harsh lines, and if you blend it out, it will make your eyes look a little bit more open. Now I'm taking this ColourPop liner, and I am putting this on the outer corner, and I'm also tight lining with it. I don't bring it all the way in because I feel like it'll make my eyes look kind of squinty, but I do want some definition. Then I'm just going to set that using a black eyeshadow. And now for our lashes. I'm using the Wispies from Ardell. What I'm doing right here is measuring them to my eye. I noticed that they're too big, so I just trim the ends. I do it again, they're still too big, so I have to trim them again. And as you can see, these falsies make all the difference. They're absolutely gorgeous. And I'm going to show you that I also apply my mascara before. That's to show you that it'll make your falsies look less false. Speaking of making them look less false, I'm taking that liquid liner from Milani and I'm just putting that on my lash band to kind of hide it. Now I'm dusting off all that bake, and we are ready for some blush. So I'm taking this matte blush. It's a nice nude pink, really pretty color to complement this look, and I'm just putting that on my cheeks. If you want a little bit of glow, like I do, I'm taking the Cindy Luminizer from The Balm and just kind of sweeping that on. You can use any pink toned highlighter that you have, and it just really adds a nice glow to your face. So now for that iconic gold Instagram highlight, that ombre-y kind of vibe going on, I'm using Wisp from ColourPop. It's like the perfect gold color. If you don't want to use this like Wisp shade, you could use something like Champagne Pop, any sort of gold highlighter that you have. But I'm just applying this all over my face, on my brows, on my nose, on my chin, on my cheeks, everywhere. And I'm also using a brush to get it really closely under the brows so it's not too haywire. Now to kind of brighten everything up, I'm using the Mary Luminizer. Tip, spray your brush with some setting spray, and that'll make your highlight so blingin', and it'll also make it look nice and metallic and not powdery. I find this is probably one of the best tricks I learned, and I did learn it from Instagram actually. So yeah, just do that and apply. I'm also applying this highlighter in the inner corner, and as you can see, I'm taking it onto the lower lash line a little bit. This will really make your eyes pop and really make your eyes look more open. So this is a really good trick if you want nice big eyes. And now we are finished with the face. So just spray with some setting spray, which will make your makeup look so flawless. And yeah, that's it for the face. Now I'm just going to be wiping off my lips. A lot of times people use lip plumpers or everything like that, or overline their lips. I don't feel like it's necessary. Just rub your lips with a towel and it will plump them up enough. But I am going to be lining my lips, and I am using a little bit of a darker color than the lipstick I am using. I'm just lining them. As you can see, I drew a line in the middle of my lip. You could leave it like that if you want. It's supposed to quote unquote contour your lips. I don't feel like it makes a difference. So I just fill them all in, and then I take my finger to kind of smudge. I do this to smooth everything out. Then I am just going to be taking the Pro Matte Gloss from L'Oreal. These are amazing. I love the applicator. They are so gorgeous. I love how they feel on my lips as well. Then a tip to not get lipstick on your teeth is to drag your finger through your mouth like you see me doing here, and then also to take a napkin and kind of bite on it like that. And that's the finished face. And voila! Now we are Insta Glam. I hope you guys liked this video. Please give a big thumbs up if you did, and let me know what your favorite Instagram trends are down below. Mwah!
Did you see what she did?
Small for the bands that they have.
Yes.
Bring the action.
Okay, hi, Owen. Hi. Say hi! Say hi. Say hi again! Hi. Are you gonna be in? No.
Okay, now I need to focus. I need to focus! Can you focus it, please? I was wrong there.
I'm going from here, like I had my hair all like messy and stuff like that, into the makeup, and I'm like, look at me, I'm all dressed up. That's kind of like how the whole idea is supposed to be. I mean, not saying that, but
You should say that. It's fun.
the more like,
I don't know.
do you like excited or like Mr. Cereal Girl? They can't hear you going like this.
Only should learn.
You do the perfect. You're like the silent YouTuber. You just stand there. It's so awkward to do it.
That was weird noise.
You like telling me?
Something wrong with you. You were clearing your throat and sniffing at the same time.
That's my nose wiggle.
Yeah. Are you okay?
Are you okay? What's up, everybody? It's Amaya. Did I scare you? Sorry. But they had this on sale. I just sniffed. That was not cute. Okay. Don't give me that look. You know what? Let's just jump into Scummer. Let's just...
Because I'm a nude girl.
I wear new lip colors. That's all I wear. I don't know. I got lipstick on my teeth. This is why I don't do orange lips.
I'm crying. Oh, that makes me feel self-conscious.
So
Don't do that. Don't. It makes me feel self-conscious. I know I'm like the prettiest ever, so stop.